Hello everyone, this is going to be part B of James Clear's introduction in his book called Atomic Habits. And I just am going to be going through some of the things that he went through. This is the second part, and there's going to be a third part. So anyway, the title of this section was How I Learned About Habits, and that's of course from James' point of view. First of all, he was at Denison College, which he said was the best decision of his life. He got onto the baseball team, and last session we talked about that he was a baseball person, really into sports, and he's trying to go that direction with his life. And his whole focus on habits at this point is just to prove that he could get back into sports and do well at baseball. Anyway, he wasn't going to be starting anytime soon because of his injuries, and so he focused on just getting his life in order. So I think that's good wisdom, really. Anytime that you're in a situation where you don't think things are gonna go the direction you think that they should be going, kind of reevaluate, and maybe you can just change some habits and try to fix things where they're at. I know Jordan Peterson. He discusses making your bed, and some people have ridiculed that, but I think that's good wisdom. If you can at least make your bed every day or do a habit every day that helps you to gain a sense of control, maybe makes your life feel a little more in order, it's something that maybe you should really consider doing because it's going to help you definitely in the long run. So he started changing some things. First, he went to bed early instead of staying up late, playing video games like the other students were doing. He kept his room neat and tidy instead of letting it become a mess, making the bed idea there. The improvements were minor, yet they allowed him to feel as though he was regaining control over his life. And I think that's one of the main keys, is just getting that sense of control that you can make changes that are going to make your life better. Tony Robbins talks a lot about this. He always says, or has said many times, that the key to success can be summed up in one word: progress. And there are other variations of that, but that one word is key in almost every variation of what is a successful life. His confidence began to grow, and this went into his classroom experience where he achieved straight A's his first year. So he wasn't focused on the grades, but that was just a byproduct of the decisions and the changes he was making. So at this point, just going to define what a habit is. It's kind of interesting that James chose to put this in this portion of his book, but I do like his definition. A habit is a routine or behavior that is performed regularly and in many cases automatically. So I like the part about automatic. Once you do it for a while, kind of get over the hump, it'll become automatic after you do it for a time. And the easier you can make it, the better. If you make little changes, they're not nearly as difficult as the big ones. And so that's a good place to start, right? So as each semester passed, his newly developed habits began having tangible, and by his own admission, unimagined results. And so here are some examples. He started lifting weights multiple times a week, and he bulked up from what he felt was a skinnier 170 pounds to a lean 200 pounds. His sophomore year, he began working with the pitching staff, on the pitching staff. His junior year, he was voted in as team captain. That was a big achievement from a guy that couldn't even make the varsity team his junior year in high school. He became team captain at a university. That's a big, big jump. At the end of his junior year, he was selected for the all-conference team. In his senior year, his good habits paid off. And the habits he talks about forming are sleep habits, study habits, and strength training habits were the areas that he focused on to make the changes. And the results were that he became the top male athlete at Denison University. He was named to ESPN's Academic All-American Team, listed in school record books for breaking records in 8 different categories. And he was given the university's highest honor, the President's Medal. So all very amazing achievements, and again, just little habits added up for him. So the main lesson, as I was reading through this, it seemed to be, at least to me, was small changes that seem unimportant at first will compound into remarkable results if you're willing to stick with them for years. So this can take a while, right? Just not a one-time thing. You have to continue on. With the same habits, you'll end up with the same results. So if you, it's that old saying, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same, whatever. So yeah, it's important to consider where you're at and make some changes. It's good to change at least some minor things to get you going in a good direction. But with better habits, anything is possible. So that's really the bottom line for this section, is that the habits are going to be what allow you to accomplish what you want to accomplish. It's not the goals. I've set goals thousands, tens of thousands of times, and sometimes I've accomplished them, sometimes I haven't. But those times when I've changed my habits, it always has resulted in a better situation. When I form good habits, and when I form bad habits over time, you'll see the fruit of that after a while. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video here, and they'll be doing a part C to this. I thought there'd only be 2 when I first started looking at this, but there's going to be 3, and then we'll start getting into the meat of the book. So anyway, hope you're all doing well, and take care.